In this video, we will use the fundamental counting principle to determine the number of possible outcomes in a given situation. Suppose you are given the following choices for your ice cream sundae, and you get to choose one ice cream flavor, one topping, and one sauce. How many different sundaes could be created? You have 3 flavors to choose from: vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry. You have 2 sauces, hot fudge or caramel. And you have 4 toppings: peanuts, sprinkles, cherries, or cookie crumbles. You get to pick one of each. One way to figure out the total number of combinations is to make a tree diagram. I could start with each flavor of ice cream, so I could have vanilla, and then I could have hot fudge, and I could do peanuts, sprinkles, cherries, or cookie crumbles. So that's 4 different sundaes. Or I could do vanilla with caramel and then each of the 4 options of toppings, which is 4 more. I could do chocolate, hot fudge, and then each of the 4 toppings, there's 4 more, and so on. And if we count each of these paths, we find that there are 24 different sundaes. But it's not sensible to make a tree diagram every time we need to do a problem like this. So what we can do instead is multiply the number of possibilities in each category to get the total number of combinations. So if we think about how many possibilities for the flavor, how many possibilities for the sauce, and how many possibilities for the topping, there were 3 flavors, 2 sauces, and 4 toppings. If we multiply the number of options in each category, that will give us the total number of different combinations. Which leads us to the fundamental counting principle, which says that the number of ways in which a series of successive things can occur is found by multiplying the number of ways in which each thing can occur. Let's take a look at some examples. Number 1, you have 5 pairs of jeans, 7 sweaters, and 3 pairs of shoes in your suitcase. How many different outfits can you make? So we've got 5 pairs of jeans, 7 sweaters, and 3 pairs of shoes. I multiply the number of possibilities in each category, and that gives me 105 different outfits. On a test, you have 5 multiple choice questions with 4 answer choices on each question. How many different ways can the test be answered? Well, I have 5 questions, so I'm going to make 5 blank spaces. And I think about how many possibilities there are for each question. And each question has 4 answer choices. Imagine I choose A, B, C, or D. That's 4 choices for the first question. I also have 4 choices for the second question, 4 choices when I answer the third question, 4 choices for the fourth, and 4 choices for the fifth. And if I multiply those all together, maybe a more efficient way would be to use an exponent and do 4 to the 5th power. That gives me 1,024 different ways that you could answer the questions on that test. License plates in a particular state display 4 letters followed by 2 numbers. How many different license plates can be manufactured for this state? In this problem, I'm going to make 4 spaces for my 4 letters and 2 spaces for my 2 numbers. These are my letters, and then we got 2 numbers. And each letter could be any letter in the whole alphabet. So how many possibilities are there when you choose a letter in the alphabet? You have 26 different letters in the alphabet to choose from. And then your second letter also could be 26 different letters. And the third one also has 26 possibilities. And the last one is 26 possibilities. And then for the numbers, how many 1-digit numbers are there? Well, 1 through 9 would be 9 different numbers, but don't forget 0. So there are 10 1-digit numbers. So 10 possibilities when we choose a number, and then 10 possibilities for that last number. And then I'm going to multiply these all together. I can use exponents to make this a little simpler. This is 26 to the 4th power times 10 to the 2nd power. And that is 45,697,600 different license plates are possible. And if you think about license plates, every car on the road needs to have a different license plate. So there need to be many, many different possibilities. How many different arrangements of 5 letters can be formed if the first letter must be A or B and repeats of letters are allowed? Well, if we have 5 letters, I'm going to make 5 spots. The first letter can only be A or B, so it only has 2 possibilities. The second letter can be any letter, including the letter I already chose for the first letter. So any letter in the alphabet is 26 different letters, so 26 possibilities. And then all the rest of the letters also have 26 possibilities. So that would be 2 times 26 to the 4th power. And that gives us 913,952 different possibilities. Now, what if we had the same problem but repeats are not allowed? Let's do that just for fun. Repeats not allowed. So we would still have 5 different letters. The first letter can still be A or B, which is still 2 possibilities. But if we're not allowed to repeat whichever letter is chosen first, then that one letter, whichever one it is, either A or B, we don't know which, that one letter that is chosen first cannot be chosen again. So out of the whole alphabet, I can have any letter except that one, which leaves me with only 25 letters left to choose from. And then after that, I've used 2 letters, and neither of those is allowed to repeat, so I'd be down to 24 letters. And then after I've used 3 letters, I'd be down to 23 letters left in the alphabet, and then 22. And that would only be 607,200 possibilities. So fewer possibilities if repeats are not allowed. How many ways can you arrange the letters in the word cat? Why don't you pause the video and see how many ways you can arrange those 3 letters in different ways. They don't have to be real words, but how many different 3-letter combinations with C, A, and T can you make? Hopefully you had a chance to try this yourself, but I'm going to start with cat. I'm going to switch the A and the T and have CTA. I'm going to put the A in the front, and then I can use either C next or T, so C, T, and then A, T, C. I'm going to put the T first, T, A, C, switch the A and the C, and get T, C, A. And so I have 6 different possible ways, 6 arrangements of those 3 letters. Now, if we go up to more than 3 letters, it's going to become a much longer list. So let's use the fundamental counting principle instead. In this problem, we have 3 letters to choose from, C, A, and T, and 3 spots. So I have 3 choices for my first letter. But after I've used a letter, I'm down to only having 2 choices for my second letter, and then only 1 possibility for my last letter. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6 possibilities. We could use that same method to find the number of ways to arrange the letters in a longer word. Let's take the word snow. Snow has 4 letters. I could try to list all the possible arrangements, but instead, using the fundamental counting principle, if I have 4 letters to choose from, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1, I get 24 different arrangements of a 4-letter word where all the letters are different. In how many different ways can you order 5 books on a shelf, assuming the order of the books matters to you? If I put 5 books on a shelf and I display them, I could do it in different ways. I could do it by color, by size, and if I rearrange them, it's a different arrangement of the books. I could move them around in lots of different ways, and every time I rearrange them, it's a different order, if the order matters to me. So the number of ways to do this, when I choose my first book, I have 5 to choose from. And once I've put one of the books on the shelf, then I'm down to 4 to choose from, and then I'll be down to 3 to choose from, and then 2, and then 1. So this is similar to arranging the 3 letters in the word cat. And if you notice, in both of these examples, we multiply the number of items by each integer, each positive integer below it, all the way down to 1, which is actually an operation in math called factorial. I can express this as 5 factorial, and that means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So here is the definition of factorial. If n is a positive integer, then the notation n factorial is the product of all positive integers from n down through 1. So here's some examples over here. 1 factorial is just 1, 2 factorial, 2 times 1, and so on. And fun fact, 0 factorial is also 1.